Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shalonda or Shay Seeking. And, yeah, so I was just, I don't know, I just woke up in the middle of the night, feeling some kind of way. And I don't know, it was something, triggered thought on the fact that, I remember on the media hearing something about, genital mutilation. When I don't know, it was like our news here, in America. But I don't know, I was just thinking like how kind of tripped out that would be. Like, it's almost like there is this dual energy going on still, this parallel universe type of energy here. And it's almost as if like it's a no-win situation for feminine energies. It's like a whole bunch of, I don't know, like illusions or something being created. But then also there's a sense of reality there. It's a sense of reality as if we're dealing with some very soulless beings here on this plane. And I think the scary part about it, right, is that these people may have more access to you, a certain form of conservatorship over you here in the Americas. I started looking into this whole thing, right? You see this person got this fig leaf is what they're, projecting here. I don't really know necessarily what it's really talking about. I haven't even thought that deep into it. Even though I do think I did an opinionated video on the fig leaf energy a long time ago. But yeah, so I'm just wondering again, what's really going on? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? We've talked about, again, standing for the womb. Like I said, it's like it's a lose-lose situation. It's a whole lot of things about illusion. People know that they're offering illusions, and sometimes these illusions, because there's no real tangible entity on the other end, possibly, right? It just leads you down this road of, possibly being in your head or your heart again. And possibly someone could be losing their soul when they find out that some of these things are just illusions or distractions, just to keep you distracted. Also to keep you, locked in to a certain extent. And again, I'm just speaking in certain terms here. So what I was saying about like, different ways to sterilize a woman with tech. It's like how many ways? You see what I'm saying? With tech, how many of us or our children will know? At a certain age, children, change and are interested in certain things. And it's almost like, who's watching? How close are they watching? How close are you watching them watching? Could we talk about things that are seen and unseen, past, present, future here? So are there things that individuals are doing? It's male driven, because again, attaching to some of these masculine energies, when it comes to the Clareport, okay, it's almost like it's a male dominated energy, and it's almost to basically break down or subdue a female. So these little antics, using signs and symbols in media and on social media, turning it's almost like this whole ritual that I was watching this show. It was talking about a whole ritual where they would honor these girls or whatever, and then they would select 4 of these girls, and these girls were going to be the ones that were going to be sacrificed. So kind of like a child sacrifice. So if we think about how much we're talking about parents and schools, and we're really talking about governors and citizens and minorities and things like this, You know what I'm saying? It just makes you wonder. Many people aren't leaving the house. So is there any way that some of these individuals could have access to you when you don't know, while you're in your house, to your children while they're in their house, to your children while they're in their school, to defile them or do something that would be kind of us, how would that conversation go with daughters that are under 18, that don't really know their bodies yet, and some people are basically doing things, mutilating, or could possibly have access to your children to mutilate them, to change them before they turn 21 and can make these decisions. Some of these decisions, they may be something that you can't reverse. Do you see what I'm saying? This is the reason I told you the only video I've ever done that got removed off of this platform is the war on the wombs. So again, Esther being in that energy of prophecy, relaying all these prophecies that people didn't want to hear. The whole time the people are worshiping idols that are selling them out. The whole time the Empress is, yes, sitting on her throne and having male energies and governing forces using their power and their science and all of these things in order to defile women and children, to keep them in a stagnant position where, again, you think you're going somewhere, but you really just stuck at, possibly, right? Better off, but maybe stuck, in a spot doing something, a performance, kind of like in a circus. It feels like we're in. And when you mouth off or speak your piece and you don't really realize where borders lie and who our borders are or whatever, and who, you know what I'm saying, you really don't know. It's to leave you in confusion so that you can always be getting your foot caught in a snare so that these men can come around and defile you. So there's no win. It's almost like a lose-lose situation. It's almost like a do or die energy here. It is. It's like hunting down someone and taking little pieces of them until there's nothing left, until their soul is being like the rest. Caring is a curse. Caring is a curse. And the sad thing about it is the onlookers that are looking on, that don't realize that the slaughter is coming their way. And because of jealousy, envy, and strife, they were encouraging. They were sitting there just, encouraging it, doing everything they could do to fight against their Messiah, or again, a sense of a friend or a savior or someone who has been dedicated or ordained or anointed to carry out a certain act here on this plane. And they throw out threats and things like this, and they don't realize. Because it's not in that particular God that they trust. It is in another. It just made me think, are they forcing something on some of you? How well do you know your body? How soon would you even realize a change or an alteration? It's something to penetrate you in a way. It's even to possibly... it's a form of like abuse, right? To tear down a woman. Just a strong, courageous, authentic, caring, loving energy. You see what I'm saying? And it's kind of like just nonstop. And I know people say, oh, you got to, who you choose to let in your energy. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't always have a choice. You don't always have a choice. Being somebody dealing with this energy where it feels like over time, lifetimes, centuries, decades. It's the wailing wall that has been trying to speak these things out into existence, that's been blocked in many ways and laughed at and mocked. That's actually the one being hung up on that so-called cross in a sense. And still, it's an unbreakable kind of energy. It's like having no more cares left to give because I don't fear you. So you can try to act that way and try to act as though something is going to change. And that's what I'm saying. It will take that. It will take that. And if that is the case, why not just take it out now? Why do these small things to women over time to just let you know? Let seers and oracles like me know what they're actually already doing, possibly. Especially to young girls. And I'm telling you, we're not dealing with any regular entities here. We're not dealing with any regular weapons of mass destruction here. Some of these acts that they can do against women can be seamless. They can be hidden, maybe even not spoken of because someone may be embarrassed or someone may feel some kind of way. Because people won't believe what's going on. Like as if this has to be silent cries in 2021. I don't know. Apocalypse for some reason. So while people in the administration continue to point the finger and act as though, and run and hide and act as though we don't have some type of authority or military presence, and it's all because of things that have been left unsaid, things that have been hidden. And sometimes I think it's just hidden from a certain select group of individuals. If they don't win, or if they can't get you to take the apple, or if they can't get you to do these things, or if they can't get you to do something like with the layman version of infidelity would be, right? The real infidelity is people plotting against American empresses or queens and kings in order to take their land, resources, or their thrones, or their crowns. Some people might depend on the physical, actual crown. Some gold trinkets or something like that. So again, it says embracing tradition, rejecting female genital mutilation. And I don't have my glasses and I'm sitting in a dark room, but we're going to get it together. Okay, so don't just hope or want to make a difference, plan to become a sponsor today. But if we can't publicly speak about what it is, why do we have to select a person that is we know the world is looking at as very powerful, but because the world can hide that and shelter that, the person can't even be to their full power and potential because they're left out in the lion's den. They're going to go through the fire. They're going to go through these things. I'm thinking burning bush. I'm hearing this energy here. But they can't let you go. It's like, without being harmed in some kind of way. And it's really things that are projected on you by masculine energies. That's feelings are hurt. They're boys and supposed to be men sometimes that, again, are not really protecting and serving America. And they try to hinder those who do by some kind of law or, bill or act or something. With the passage of the federal law ban, the Female Genital Mutilation Act in 1996, performing FGM. Because again, I was reading about this and there's a burning sensation. Moses in the burning bush. Again, we've seen these things that Moses, we were talking about Moses and those individuals tried to put these or inflict these wounds onto the people in, I believe it was Jerusalem, in their own land. But it seems as though there's something to do with this energy of a foreign energy. I'm going to keep on saying it. And America not standing her ground because they've sold off plots and lots of land that come with lots of land and resources and people on them. They have done this intentionally to bring down kings and queens over time. Grubby, greedy energies. I don't like to say it like that, but it is what it is. We're talking foreign, I don't know, wherever the word is they use in the governing forces use, or the powers that shouldn't be or will not be used. Foreign relations or whatnot, right? But they're supposed to be strong about this, but they're supposed to be very direct about this, but they're really weak. They have to do it under the table. They can't be 100% about what they're doing and why they're doing it to everyone. Well, it seems like everyone but the actual empress or the king or the queen or that energy. Again, because as long as they're not telling you who you are, right? It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what they know. It's about force. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how much you commune with source. Especially when you're dealing with this energy of this vassal that I am connected to. Because no matter how much you try to go on the straight and narrow, there's always other masculine energies and other gods with a little g sometimes even that are pulling on the energy of an empress. So they can all be there to attack her, even if she's innocent. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord. But if they don't recognize you, or if the people don't even recognize you as the Lord or Lordess, they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do. And then when they get rid of that powerful individual or entity on this plane, they're coming for you and your children. It's just point blank, period. If they aren't already doing it underneath your noses. FGM or anyone under the age of 18, okay, became a felon, okay. The act was struck down as unconstitutional by U.S. Federal District Judge Bernard A. So again, I don't know why this has something to do with 2018, but that was just not that long ago. You get what I'm saying here? And who knows again what may, yeah. Because again, I did something a while back on Sudanese people being from the Americas or connected to some tribes in the Americas. Hold on. Can't remember if I was able to, it might be a video. It was really, to me, really telling, but I can't remember if it was like a corrupt file or something like that. Okay, let's look at this here. All right. So again, it says U.S. government fact sheet on female genital mutilation or cutting. Now there's like 3 or 4 different styles of this. Again, I didn't want to put the pictures up here in case they were too graphic or something. But again, maybe some of you may be able to, this is what they did to the girl in The Handmaid's Tale that was dealing with females. It also makes me think also, I'm pretty sure they can find another reason to do this, right? Like possibly a jealous male energy or something like that doesn't want to do what they, I'm just saying in general, this is a universal message. They feel some kind of way about them. That's why these kind of things are very dangerous. It's usually afflicting women that are actually strong women. It is afflicting them, and it's an undermining way of afflicting or dealing with women that are actually really women that try to do things by the book. Women that are actually, seeking God or source. Do you see what I'm saying here? They always want to make it seem like they will make something wrong in order for this to happen to you. That's why I said I raised myself to not deal with or not feel some kind of way about me letting me down about things that people do to me. I don't care what I said. I don't care how I move. I'll let you take that. And I'm going to keep on moving. The United States is committed to ending female genital mutilation. And especially, can you imagine doing, the inner work and knowing yourself, and then again, someone always trying to throw you back into something because it's like you're unstoppable. And all you're really doing is trying to live like everyone else. But again, some masculine energy wants to have some kind of control. Some god or some energy, some foreign alien, whatever it would be, wants some kind of control over a feminine energy. Just because she knows herself. And because she speaks out for her people. And there's haters just all around so excited about it because they can't wait. Because world fucking leaders can go after women and children. These are people supposed to be doing boss fucking moves. And all they're doing is running around bossing women around because they can't have them. Or because they refuse to be a pawn in the game. And you have other females out there speaking on it in a bad light, not knowing the deal at all. They can't even sit on the same fucking team. Men couldn't even deal with some of the things that some of us women have to deal with when we're pretty much just minding our business, being in our full power and potential. It's about force. Try to take away your livelihood, try to take away, again, access that people have or you have to other people. Try to take away your way of being able to provide, right? Or being able to make money, certain obstacles and things to keep you trapped, even if you're on your way out. It's just, do you see what I'm saying? It's something here. And it pisses me off because it's not nothing that females are doing wrong. It's not nothing that women are doing wrong. It's something that is wrong with the fucking world. And these whack, weak ass world fucking leaders. and their minions and their puppets. Because they don't really like you like that. That's why it's dangerous. Referring to cutting or other procedures that injure the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. It may be called female circumcision. So again, we were talking about circumcision somewhere in that chapter in Acts the other day. But then again, it makes me think that it's also something, because again, I feel like one of these masculine energies in this world, right? It's the difference when you're dealing with something like that and then when you're dealing with others. So it's just like nobody picks and chooses. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're just dealt it because these people know more about you than you even know about yourself. I do think there's a jokester, magician energy here, right? That has a special interest in, again, hearing what we have to say or how we think about these things in order to get a response. Instead of having enough respect just to sit down and speak on them. Signs, symbols, synchronicity. Again, some of this can be done by design. I pay attention to that too. To give you the perception of something. To put you through the motions of it as well. It's almost like this is like punishment for still just being yourself. Possibly, something to do with the antidote or something. I don't know. And if you're still making noise. So there's many measures to it, though. Because some people could possibly be affected by these things in real life. And some of us are just shown the visions and we speak the things. But I feel like it's a time right now where, again, this is about the not silent treatment, but this is about silencing people or putting fear in people. Because it's I think there's no more fearful thing than to know something is going on around you or with people or in silence and nobody wants to believe you. Or again, everybody does know and you don't know. It's kind of like a Freaky Friday kind of, you know what I'm saying? And then also using your gifts, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just trying to test and see how, you are. How bold you gonna still be. How much can you really see? Did whatever we did work on you to, alter or silence or change anything? The practice has no health benefit and can lead. Can you imagine this? To a range of physical and mental health problems. Can you imagine this? Then why would they do it? Why would anybody even be able to still be a world leader that thinks that they can go around and do stuff like this in 2021? And then, for those of you, they give us the perception that these things happen more in African countries. Every time they keep showing this thing about this outbreak in Southern Africa, I don't know why it's giving me Southern Illinois. But again, I digress. I look at the world a different way. I have a different way of seeing when it comes to the map. Mapping out these locations. So again, this whole thing with these this encroaching energy, there's definitely something here. Immediate effects may include blood loss, severe pain, and sometimes death. Long-term health problems can include urinary infections of fistula, infertility, painful menstruation, or sexual intercourse, and a potential increase in the risk of HIV/AIDS. Just giving me, Fauci energy here. Also, it's giving me energy of, again, people that could have been warning the people that are probably living scotch-free, that are sitting looking pretty. It's not about that. It's about the fact that, can you see that? Can you see the joker in front of you? Can you see the performer that is probably making money off of, potentially this happening to you? In addition, women who have had this thing here are significantly more likely to. So again, we got Fauci, AIDS, we got mutilation, we got people forcing people to do things, mandates they don't want to do. I mean, it's just certain kind of sounding kind of like something to me here. The joke about Biden saying that Fauci is really the president, it's just making me think about something here. It's making me think about what I said possibly, in the heat of the moment one day about what could happen to Fauci. And, now, do you see what I'm saying? Sources putting this heavy load on me, talking about this, and I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the one. Why? I wish in my head I could just say, you know what, this is a lie. Let me make this something, but it's just like, what, it's just like, I'm telling you, man. It's weird, dude. It's like Twilight Zone up in this motherfucker. Every day. Okay, painful menstrual or sexual intercourse and potential increased risk. And again, this may just be, again, what is to come. But I feel like, again, it's already being done. Okay, difficulties during childbirth. Their babies are more likely to die. So again, this right here about childbirth is also making me think about birthing a nation, right? I don't know why it's making me think about birthing a nation. So I guess it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just like the silent treatment. It's just like, being quiet. It's just like, I don't know. That kind of stuff, I don't know, it don't work for me. I don't know. Knowing that none of these people deserve or appreciate it, and it's just like, it's just somebody, one of this fucking thing that it's just. Yeah, their babies are more likely to die. So again, this just makes me think about like more punishment, that people can actually be making women sterile or sending in bounty hunters when it comes to, again, abortion or cutting children off or just any kind of like that. I'm just hearing mount up. I know there's certain concoctions that certain people, it was a show I was watching where the people were linked together, right? There was a bond or something together. So whatever bad happened to one person happened to the other. If they were giving something to someone, they can give it to the other. Oh, it almost make me think about doppelganger or like a replica energy. Like there's another version of you out there. And again, it's being, you know what I'm saying? We'll just say it like that. Because I think they were trying to break the curse. Okay. As a result of this practice. So, I don't know. This is making me think like it probably is something like, people are trying to do stuff to people in private and keep them silent and keep them in fear and stagnant, don't want them to talk about as if these things are going on. But, it's just like it is, I feel. I don't know. Finding the practice often leaves girls and women feeling scared. Oh, see? There we go right there. psychologically scarred, embarrassed, and distressed. So it says the U.S. government. So again, obviously, possibly some of us in this country may not be in the U.S. anymore. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'm the last one to know this or realize this or was trying to, relay this. But again, some parts of the U.S. is not the U.S. anymore. It's just been hijacked or sold out. Bottom line. Imaginary lines drawn. If we're even talking about the Midwest and those upper areas being Upper Egypt, but they had to create this smear campaign, kind of like how they did with Trump, right? In order to get the people some kind of way. And now the people probably looking back like, wait a minute. We just gave up the best thing that, we had. What the hell is going on here? So again, it's just the way you look at it. Because nobody else is telling anybody these things here that might be. Again, maybe you guys get some kind of downloads or whatever. Maybe the antidote links people to some kind of, nationwide message or alert. Who knows? I know that they were doing those alerts on phones and shit a couple years ago, but the U.S. government opposes this no matter the type, degree, or severity, and no matter what the motivation for performing it. The U.S. government understands that something may be carried out in accordance with traditional beliefs as a part of adulthood initiation rites. Could be something like this too, okay? Nevertheless, U.S. government considers FG, to be a serious human rights abuse and a form of gender-based violence and child abuse. Again, your parents. So it's saying something about to forgive your parents or something. And I'm looking like, no, it's time to say, what the hell are you doing? I see what you did. I see what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to be that way. If a parent is abusing a child in your city or in your state, they're going their ass to jail. So again, if we have governors and we have people in high positions that are abusing people, then they should be taken out. Period. If you have people that are putting masses of people in harm's way for their own benefit or gain, or because they are scared, it's usually the cowards of the world that will take advantage of people that are actually willing to fight for something, that are actually willing to die for something, that actually don't give a fuck. In a good way. It's really done by people, male and female, that don't have the guts that you have for one fucking hour of a day in their life, that are ready to see you go down because you want to fight for them. Not even them. I don't even care about them. I'm talking about the children and the women and those that lack knowledge and understanding. Because again, the Yeshua energy came for those lost sheep. Not for everybody else, because God got something else for every fucking body else. I'll tell you that right now. There must be a reason why they were lost. And I think, yeah. Definitely having something to do with possibly 5D or something like this. You remember a couple years ago, people were trying to tear down those towers. I think they just forgot. Opposing them in their neighborhoods and things like that. So again, this is telling me that America, if this is happening, how Source is showing me, how these visions and dreams and these little things that I've been hearing, if this is, then again, this some of this is not, again, but of course someone knows this. Someone knows that certain parts of America are not America anymore. That other corporations have stepped in. This is why they want to jail people that speak this way. Again, I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. This is just dreams or a story time. You can take it how you want. So these are parents, governors, certain officials, abusing power. Something about waters here. It's the sad thing is that, again, are these feminine energies or not? And again, we have feminine energies that are participating in this, or in the likeness of feminine energy that are partaking in this. It keeps on showing you that this is a so-called, or again, could be a man's world if there were real men running it. The United States is committed to ending FGMC to protect the health and well-being of and advance the rights of women and girls globally. The United States is working at home and in other countries to help educate people about how serious and damaging effects of this on women and girls. Again, and it's going on right here in America. And you would never thought that. And it is right now. And I think part of it is to change the narrative. It is so that people cannot have children. It's because these things like this, okay? Somebody can get 5 years, but we can't get nobody with 5 minutes in jail for doing any of this. Smashing and grabbing, right? Whether that's talking about bodies or, you know what I'm saying? If we're talking about some type of material things, it makes no sense. And then over time, these people become professionals at what they do. As individuals become targeted. It's something that's random, but again, sometimes some of this shit is targeted. It's like the hyenas are just let out free. But no, they'll mention it and say what's happening possibly and things like this. But nobody's going to get any time for anything. It's a free-for-all. So that lets you know that there's not, there's no such thing. The only thing they can do is put America in her proper place. All of this is happening because they're rejecting the one.